Sabana, it's wonderful to have you along again for another episode of Annie's Aviation Tech Talk. Today we're going to talk about the 4 numbers that I chucked up in my teaser if you saw it on one of the social media platforms. I spoke about number 4, 2025, 27,000, 2034 and 700,000. What are all these numbers about? Let's get started. This is a very, very exciting time for somebody to start getting involved in aviation because of these numbers. But we're going to start with number 4 first. And this is 4 ways you can get into the industry to start an apprenticeship. Number 1 is you can join the military. This is exactly what I did. And it gave me a grounding for the rest of my life. It gave me incredibly good training on aircraft and systems. It gave me leadership skills, and it gave me friendships for life. Bunch of guys that I still talk to this day, 54 years after first meeting them. Number 2, you can self-fund yourself through any one of the many training institutions that train on aircraft apprenticeships, aircraft trades throughout the world. You can self-fund yourself and do the trade of your choice. There are many around the world, and I've done the research, and there's just too many for me to mention. So do yourself a favor, if you're interested, just go onto any website and do a Google search and you will find an institution. Just look for aircraft training institutions for aircraft mechanics. Number 3, you can apply to a company that takes on apprentices. Many of the larger companies take on apprentices. Boeing, Airbus, Embraer. Those are the manufacturing companies. British Aerospace. Many of them do that there. But also the airlines take on apprenticeship. A lot of private businesses do too. And charter companies also take on apprentices. There's a huge choice for you to go out there and apply for. You just got to ensure that you've graduated from high school and you've got the required knowledge and skills and enthusiasm. You've got to have enthusiasm when you go for an interview. And that enthusiasm may take you right into an exciting career. Number 4, you can do what is known as time served. Now in this country, we have things people call technical assistants. And these assistants assist in the hangar. They take off panels, they take seats out of airplanes, they wash airplanes, they do menial tasks, drain oils and things. But they gain experience over time. And after around about 4 years, you can apply to the apprenticeship board for time served and to do a trade test. And if you pass the trade test, you can become qualified. And I hope in the future I'll be talking to one of these guys who's gone on to get himself a B license, which is very, very difficult to get. And he's doing very, very well in this life. So we come to the next big number there, 2025. What does this year mean? Well, reports out there are saying that by 2025 we are going to start running out of aircraft for the airline fleets and charter fleets around the world. And this has already been seen in the industry. Leasing companies are starting to take airplane back early of customers who have not paid up their leases. If they've defaulted on the leases, just for 1 or 2 months, the airplanes get taken back. In the past, a little bit of leeway might have been given, but there's such a shortage of airplanes, the leasing companies know they can lease the airplanes onto another company. Why is this happening? Well, it's happening because of the likes of COVID. When COVID hit, so many industries started to cut back. Airlines stopped flying. They parked airplanes. Boeing had problems with the Boeing 737 MAX, and all the Boeing 737 MAXs were parked and for a long, long time. So the airlines took up lease airplanes to take the place of those airplanes that were sitting on the ground waiting to be repaired, to have the stall warning problem sorted out on the 737 MAX. The net result there is we've run out of airplanes. And it's going to take a while for the manufacturers to catch up. So what does that mean? That means that airlines and companies are extending the leases on the airplanes. They are getting into more heavier maintenance programs and even aging airplane programs. They're not retiring airplanes early as they might do. So this means we require more manpower to do the work on the airplane that is required, the additional work. Then we come to 27,000. What number is that all about? 27,000 means that around 2025 there's going to be 27,000 shortfall of maintenance engineers and personnel in the United States alone. This trend, I am sure, is going to go throughout the whole world. And good time, those who are starting to do their apprentices now and they're starting to qualify, their skills are going to be wanted in to fill those 27,000 jobs, and it gives you just more and more opportunities. Then we come to 2034. This is a year that the BBC reported on recently. They reported that in 2034 there are going to be up to 700,000 jobs filled in the aviation maintenance sector throughout the world. This is very, very exciting for those who are wanting to get into the aviation trade and you're still at school and time's going to come, you're going to leave school around about 2034. The apprenticeships are going to be there for you. So you're going to be able to do the trade that you want and join an industry that is really exciting and can take you all over the world. So that's what all the numbers are about. I hope you've enjoyed this little episode. I ask you that if you have, that you subscribe and like and hit the bell so that you know when my next episode comes out. The next episode I'll be talking about which way to go, which direction do you want to go in, which trade would you like to go in, and I'll be explaining that in a lot more detail. So for now, I'm going to say from a very cool South African afternoon, goodbye.